What can you do, really? Trying to reset a couple things over here on my end. Did that even start up? I actually need me on Twitch. Where you at on Twitch, Das? I don't see you. I do not see you, Das. What is going on? Let's see here. That is going to have to change, honestly. That is definitely going to have to change. I can't even see if I'm in the middle of the camera right now. Tell me I'm not streaming on... Yeah, okay. I'm always so scared that I'm going to like stream on KSP TV instead of streaming on the right channel. I always... I'm still hosting. That's the problem. Thank you. No. We're not hosting. We're definitely not hosting anymore right now. What do you mean hosting? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. What's up, Gaffer? How's it going? Crazy Files, Optimarad, Normdad HD. What's going on, Normdad? I really need to, the lighting's not as great here. The lighting is not as great when it's set up this way. I don't know. I also need to, like, I don't know, shave. Not shave. I changed the light around to try and get some more room on my desk. Cybertech! What is going on? I saw something pop up whenever I started my game. Need to do something about it. Need to do something about it. Alright. So that's over there. Let me... You're so excited when DOS streams. I really do appreciate that. I was Q-Raid! What's up, Blipman? What is going on? Wait a second. Are you coming from that Q Guys channel? Or is that just you? I don't know if that's official or not. I don't know if you are backed up with what you're trying to do there. What you're trying to do. Goalie Bear, I responded to your messages. We sent a couple messages back and forth. But let me know what your response to that message is. Let me know what that response to the message is. It looked like you were trying to load somebody else's ship. And I was asking where you got it from. Dude, Blipman, you're exactly right. Woo. All the awesomes today because Cybertech is here. Yay, it's DOS time. That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm trying to see if I'm in the middle of the camera. See, I've got a lot of room this way where I use my hands. I reorganized things a little bit. I definitely did reorganize. Yes, you came down from Quetzy? Quetzy? Well, welcome, Quetzy. If Quetzy's here, I see you. I see you. Let me see if I missed anybody else in chat. There's a whole lot of people, and I don't even have a Dr. Pepper yet. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Let us see here. Oh! Just 1 second. I'm actually going to pause this just right quick. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I will be right back. We're going to let the stream spool up. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to be reading chat. Yes, yes. Thank you, Sarian TX. Das will BRB. You can definitely see clearly on the screen there that das will BRB. In fact, that's what that means. Right there. What is that, though? That's a little weird. All right, spooled up the stream just a little bit early. I did, in fact, go on a Dr. Pepper run. And I was just letting the stream spool up there a little bit, playing with text areas. You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Playing with text areas. I was actually going to eat, and since I saw your esteemed person come into my channel, Caster VLD, I thought that maybe I would just eat off the camera for once. Not really. Not really. Everybody, we were letting the stream get spooled up there, and it is now 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Time for me to do a little Kerbal Space Academy. And all this week, we've been focusing on lifters. We've just done basically lifters all week. That's a lot of lifters, but we learned a lot of really cool stuff. We learned about the efficiency of different types of lifters on small payloads. We actually made an SSTO lifter last night that was basically jet engines and a rocket engine that would get up into orbit. We could land it on the runway. We did that a couple times. And what else did we learn? Donations, apparently we learned. I'm not even streaming yet. Ridecar. Ridecar. It's like 8:01. I haven't even blown anything up yet. At least let me blow it. I'm going to like turn off the donation link until things start to explode. And once I've exploded a couple things, I'll feel like, all right, now we can turn the donation link on. Dude, Ridecar, you're always there with the support. And I totally appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. We were talking about lifters all week, and I was like, well, we've lifted so many things in orbit, let's do something different today. And I had it down between the two most popular topics at Kerbal Space Academy, either space planes or interplanetary transfers. I'm always getting questions on space planes and getting questions on interplanetary transfers. So here's what I'm going to do. Today, I am going to do interplanetary transfers, and I'm actually going to spice it up a bit and do a little bit of advanced interplanetary transfers. We're actually going to look at designing an interplanetary transfer vehicle that is reusable. And we'll see what that means in just a second. It's actually a really cool concept. In fact, if you've been on my channel before, you may have seen... Where is my BRB? You may have seen this right here. The Valdez will be right back with the original Vienna von Braun STS system. This is actually what was replaced by the space shuttle. It morphed into the space shuttle. But this right here was Werner von Braun's original designs for craft that would get us to the moon and Mars on a regular basis. We are going to be making something like this in the stream tonight. The same sort of concept. Is chat frozen for anybody? Because my chat seems to be frozen. And I am not. Let me do ping here. Ping. I haven't gotten a message in my chat in the last 5 minutes over there, which is wacky. That can't be right at all. That can't be right at all. It looks like there's tons of messages scrolling on the screen, but my chat is not working. I'm going to have to reconnect that. That's a little bit weird. That's a little bit weird. Anyways, we are going to be doing something along the lines of that Werner von Braun original STS design. In that, we're going to use it to kick payloads up out of Kerbin's orbit, but the kicker stage, the interplanetary kicker stage itself, will come back to Kerbin after releasing its payload. That's what we're going to be working on for the next 2 hours about. Marco, Polo, Marco. Refresh. You're right. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Twitch is definitely super derpy. Quetzy, I don't know you, man. But you started my stream with a raid. That is absolutely awesome. I saw you playing Kerbal Space Program. I stopped over into your channel. I didn't really have a lot of time because I was trying to get spooled up and stuff. But I did stop in. Did I drop you a follow? Because if I didn't drop you a follow, I should have dropped you a follow right like that. So I do totally appreciate the raid. Twitch, I agree, is absolutely super derpy today. But I do appreciate that raid at the beginning of the screen. There's probably some things that had happened because my chat has not been scrolling. So let me do this. Let me restart my chat window here. This is really annoying. Let's just do, can I do part channel? Yes, part. I don't even know the last time I've parted my own channel, and maybe that's part of the problem, right? Oh, I can't even close the channel. That's a little weird. I'm just going to have to disconnect across the board. That's lame. Disconnect. Alright, now I'm all disconnected. Now I'm going to try and reconnect here. That looks like my name on there. Yeah, it looks like so connect. I've joined Das Valdez. Somebody say something in chat. There you go. Only product says something. I got it over there. I've got it in my chat window. I've got it highlighted. That looks, yeah. Another stream had the chat frozen for you. You're not even kidding. You're not even kidding. Where is Ridecar at? Where is Ridecar starting the stream off with a donation? Twitch, Derpy, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Let's see what else we have here. Joining. All right, I just joined it. Chat dead. Works for me. Okay, that's good. Crawls back into a cave. I don't even know what that's talking about. Dude, Gav, what's up? Khaleesi, we had a lot of people hanging out before the stream even started. Cheers to everybody hanging out before the stream even started. I was like looking at my chat, and my chat's scrolling off the window, and I'm not even live yet, which I totally appreciate. But let me drink some delicious Dr. Pepper so I can continue talking. There were definitely a lot of silent stalkers in the chat. Who else is here? Sari and Gav. Cybertech is here. Guys, give Cybertech a shout out. Maker Kerbal Engineer. We all know that because he is a regular here, and I absolutely appreciate him being here regularly. In fact, I may need to actually install the new version of the mod that he just released today. I may need to do that. Burnatire, what's going on? Count True Silver was in your stream as well, Count. I also gave you a follower, if I remember that correctly. If I could scroll back. Oh, I can't actually find it in that window because it scrolled so far. That's terrible. But Count True Silver, I think you said it was your first KSP stream, and I salute you for streaming KSP. I absolutely will come and hang out in your channel on occasion because I love to support people who stream KSP. All day long, all day long. Gene is here. Gene apparently had trouble yesterday with his internet connection and didn't get his DOS fix. Glad you're able to get your DOS fix today. Who else? Optimerad, Normdad I got, Crazy Files, Gaffer's here, Dacky. Who else? Chuffy, Blipman came over from the Q-Raid. Who else? Goalie Bear, hope you get that bug figured out. Respond to that last message I sent you because I need that information to help you out. Evil Genius, Hit Parader, yay, it's DOS time. That's what I said. Who else? Cooler Extreme coming with a Q-Raid as well. Thank you again, Q. I appreciate you. There's Casper. Guys, if you didn't know, if you're not on Twitch, if you're not on Twitter, if you're not, I don't know, like 80 different places, Casper had a big announcement today. Apparently, somebody liked Casper enough, or he got somebody confused enough, that they've decided to let him spend more time on Kerbal Space Program. So, Casper, given the time you already spent on Kerbal Space Program, congratulations from Kerbal Space Academy to you. And thank you for everything you do for the community, including telling me not to eat on my stream, because it's very unprofessional. And I don't care. But congratulations to Casper, who is now, I believe, an official part of the KSP team. Correct me if I'm not right or not wrong. Here it is. Wait, was this right here? It said, yep, there you go. Welcome aboard, Casper VLD. That was Max Maps tweeting it out, so I think that makes it pretty official. As it turns out, when Max Maps tweets something out, I think that's official. So congratulations to Casper VLD, and thank you absolutely for all of the work, the blood, the sweat, and tears that you put into the Kerbal Space Program community. That is absolutely awesome. And you are one of the reasons the community is what it is. We appreciate it. Everybody give Casper VLD a shout out. Absolutely give Casper VLD a shout out. And thank him profusely. That means a lot. Thank him profusely for what he does for the community. Who else did I miss? Phantom Dragon, Sulu Game, and Kind of Wake. There's Quetzy. Welcome, Quetzy. Said moo, apparently. Snuggly Squid's here. There was Unseeing. Dakota John Mayers. What's up? I went and got the Dr. Pepper. I got it. Tientavara is here. You have abandonment issues. Sorry about that. T. McNasty. Meister Carl made it back. Who else? I'm just scrolling the chat really fast here. Vlad was here. I think there's Thader. Thader, thank you for the work on the website you've been doing. I will communicate with you about after stream. Joby Juggy Bjorn. It looks like that is actually Joji Bjorn. Joji Bjorn, welcome. Don't recognize your name, but welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Sojan, Mod Casper or Riot. Ooh, Mod Casper or Riot. Not a bad idea, just so that I can keep a tab on him a little bit easier, seeing what he's saying in my chat. I'll put a special icon next to his name, just so that I can keep an eye on him. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see here. What else do we have? Playing with text areas. I was refueling. Trey, what's up? JLW is here. I really wish this thing wouldn't scroll. I'm trying to read names. Raider Goo, Google, Jebelin, Skunk Slayer, Action 9, Trey, blah, blah, blah. Rebhar Bremer is here. Oh my gosh, I can't even read all these names. There's so many names here. Everybody. And Mona Bobby's here. Kako's here too. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Pistols for Pandas. No, I haven't. I do need to update that mod thingy. Mayor of Space, Run is back again. Run! Why don't you take care of your business before the stream instead of waiting till the stream? You guys are chatting so fast. Good night, Irene. Berserko. I don't recognize your channel. Everybody. Monev's here. Guys, Follow I can't even keep up with this. I can't keep up with this. New guy here in Bevo sent you. The chat is going off the Sergeant Dirk Dickler. Guys, alright, this is the first time, and I am usually able to keep up with a whole lot of chat. I am able to keep up with a whole lot of chat. This is the first time I have been overwhelmed by chat. I cannot read the chat fast enough to keep up with the chatting that y'all are doing. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. You are correct, R. Bremer. We actually reached 2,400 plus followers. We've been having all these follows coming in, and I'm not even reading them out. People are coming in here. Sarah's Fox. I don't recognize that name, but welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Who else? More Dustin. That was who came from Bevo. I do appreciate Bevo. Godfather Bobo. First time watching the stream, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Thank you, Godfather. I appreciate you. That's why we put those YouTube things up there. Never a replacement for the live stream, right? But at least you can find it and then come to a live stream one day. Das, what are you teaching today? However you say that name right there. KLJLAL. Ooh, KLJLALGL. Hey, wait. There's a pattern there. KLJLALGL ML KJAGM. Kjagam. With L's times 4. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Topic for today. We have beaten Das for the first time. You haven't beaten Das. You've just made him stumble a little bit. I'm not done. Jade the Fox, you actually inspire me to try to screen KSP. Jade, if you need any help with that, hang out on my channels. Look, Casper right there. I think Casper, is it Stream KSP? Here, I'll get it for you. Stream KSP, tell me Nightbot has crashed. Or is it Stream KSP? I don't even know. Some mod who actually knows the commands. I probably do need some more Twitch moderators. I think Nightbot's dead as well. Let's rectify that situation right quick. Then we're going to get going on reusable interplanetary transfers. Do you notice me doing something different tonight? Do you see me doing something different? I normally don't look that way. And there's a reason that I'm looking that way. I got a shipment today. And I got it set up, and apparently it's making me get a crick in my neck because it's too far that way, the second monitor over there. We're going to have to work on that a little bit. I'm going to have to put like one up here or over here or something. Up here or over here. Guys, if you have any questions about streaming KSP, send me a Twitch message and I will get back to you. I really can't answer a lot of questions about that here on the Kerbal Space Academy streams, but send me a Twitch message and I will help you out. I'll come help hang out in your stream. I'll tell you how your volumes do them. I love to support people who are going to stream KSP. So, send me a message and I will definitely help you out. Let's do this. Nightout has ceased to be. You guys, you even kicked Nightbot out of the channel. Das is going off this. I mean, chat is going off the hook so freaking hard. Nightbot jumped ship. My mods are still here. Where is SpartanBot when you need them, right? Let me go to nightdev.com. Let me reboot this right here. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to give somebody else the password to this, right? So I've got KSP over here, and I've got stream stuff over here, and I will do all the follows here in just a second. That's really weird. Let me log into Nightbot and fix it up right quick. This would be, okay, my password is, you know, My Little Pony Action 32. Yes. Not really. That's not really my password. Don't type that in. Can I actually remember my Nightbot password? Yeah, I just can't type it all, apparently. Or not. That's weird. Nightbot is like not even logging me in right now. Come on, Nightbot. There is some issues. There are definitely some issues. The emails. What the emails? Oh, there are 2 of them. Come on, Nightbot. Join the channel. There we go. All right. I almost think that maybe Nightbot's not a fit. Nightbot's fine. 4 monitors. That's too many. DOS is almost professional. Thanks, Cybertech. If you'd really like to help a newer streamer, then go ahead and follow my channel. Greg, I'm already following you, buddy. Am I? Ooh, busted on stream. Greg, situation resolved. Sorry for that. I do apologize for that. See, it says user hasn't. Eternal Red over there. Anyways, y'all. Anyways, we've spooled up the stream. I've tried to give as many shout-outs as I can. I don't even know where we are in terms of viewers right now, but it is time to get started with the Kerbal Space Academy. I almost think that I should be turning my head this way. What do y'all think? When I read chat, should I turn my head this way? This isn't really my good side. Or should I turn my head that way? What do y'all think? I don't really know what to do. FC360, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. In fact, it's only those characters. See if you can figure it out. It's only those characters. See if you can figure it out. Gene, 168 viewers. We just started up the stream, and I'm just running my mouth. This is the loading screen behind me. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Here's what we're going to do. Start that game, and let's go over, and let's talk about two things. Let's talk about building rockets and interplanetary transfers. In fact, we're going to build rockets that we can take on interplanetary transfers. And I am going to do that in my Champagne Broken save right there. So it can be super laggedy. I'm looking at the chat on the stream. Where the monitor stands right now, it looks like you're looking at the chat on the stream. Where are my glasses? They're over on the bed. I took the safety glasses off tonight. Look to your left or move chat box to the left. This is my left right here. Remember, it's backwards for you. So this is my left right here. Observe my left side. All right. Looking to your left. My left or y'all's left? Because it seems like you're looking at chat from our perspective. Okay. That's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. So. Oh my gosh. So many freaking things highlighted in red. Guys, last night, I got to tell you, last night, during the stream last night, the Kerbal Space Academy streams that we did last night on the lifters and on the SSTO lifter, so basically the lifter efficiency and the SSTO lifters, during those streams, I'm trying to remember the number, I think that people said the word DOS or said the word question 2,820 times. I've got a thing that records that for me, and it was 2,820 times that people said the word DOS or asked me a question yesterday. That is a lot. That is a lot. Chat Beacon. I don't even know if Chat Beacon's going to help me tonight. I don't even know if that's going to help it. Das, when are you going to do the mission to the moon on Saturday? It's going to be Saturday starting at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. About 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's Nightbot working. Wait, that's not Nightbot. That's Sarianbot, apparently. Break the DOS counter. This entire thing is completely busted. Completely busted. Drink DOS, Jace. A third of them were you. Bevo, no worries with that. Is Nightbot here? I see Nightbot in the channel. I think Nightbot is totally busted. JLW, no reason to spam it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Good night, Irene. Alright, I walked myself into that trap. Here's what we're going to do. Nightbot's in the channel. Limit the Dawson questions. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. We may have to do something about that at some point. Anyways, here's how I'm going to handle it. I'm going to ignore it till it calms down. I am going to go into the VAB here. In my save. In my save. You guys are just streaming like crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright. Nightbot's busted. Nightbot is here in the channel, but Nightbot is no working. It says that Nightbot is already part of your channel, so there's no reason to do it. It sees the channel going on. So, let us do this. Let us do this. Chat, my last part. Don't overuse. There you go. Thank you. And I do appreciate that. Don't overuse the chat commands. Don't overuse the chat commands, guys. Don't just spam them out, right? Don't just spam them out. So, let's see here. I am going to start building a rocket right here. Am I actually streaming this? Let's have a look. Yes, I am. All right, good deal. I really need to... I look too young. I look too young. You guys have broken Nightbot, apparently. I think Nightbot is totally busted. It says that it's in the channel, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're just going to run with it. We're going to run with it. We don't need Nightbot. We'll get a different bot. We'll get a different bot. Here's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to yell out all the follows. So who was that? We had Rufulus, Greg Roxmoon. I gave you a follow back. Sitherly, K-Slick, Jiggle... Well, what was that? That was K-Jag Immel. Hero One Bob, Master Keef, Google, Quetzy. Quetzy, thank you for the follow and thank you for streaming KSP. More Dustin, and then my log ends. Message ends here. The stream was cut off. Add coins. Poop, that's actually maybe something that we need to do. That may be something we're going to need to do. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get started building a craft here, right? Building a craft. In the craft that I'm going to build, is going to be what I'm going to call an interplanetary kicker stage, right? It is a reusable interplanetary kicker stage. The trick is, we don't want to take it all the way to Duna and bring it all the way home. Phoenix One Rocks, thanks for the follow. We don't want to take this kicker stage all the way to Duna, all the way to Jewel, all the way like something like that, and bring it all the way back home. All we want to do with the craft is use it as the initial stage, which gets a payload bound for another destination out of the Kerbal system. That is what we need to do. That is what we need to do. So, excuse me. What we're going to do right here is get started building that interplanetary kicker stage. Then we're going to build some sort of ship for it to kick into orbit. In fact, I wonder if we should build a ship first. Do I have a ship that I could already use? Do we have the interplanetary Dr. Pepper mission here? Where is it at? Simple dock DSD IP stage delivery. That's the simple docker. Bacon Station is in there. The double down carrier. The Majesty's in the save. There's the Mooner Trainer. The space dock's here. Taco Tuesday simple station. I don't even remember what that one is. The long-nosed snook. What craft is that? Oh my gosh, I don't even know anymore. The Valdez Nimbus carrier. It looks like I do not have the interplanetary Dr. Pepper delivery in this channel right now. In this channel. So, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. What does the red and clear text mean? We may have to turn that red text off if people keep spamming it. People keep spamming it. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to build... Let's actually, yeah, got to take over till Spartanbot gets here at least. I don't know what the deal with is, Nightbot is tonight. But, let me do this first. I'm just going to build a really simple ship, right? It's going to be an automated Dr. Pepper delivery. Because Kraken knows that if we send a Kerbal on the Dr. Pepper delivery... he will actually eat all the Dr. Pepper, right? He is going to eat all the Dr. Pepper. So here's what we're going to do, dude. Morgan, it looked like that name was. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to build a quick ship. It is going to be a Dr. Pepper delivery, and we are going to make it go interplanetary. Let's just start with a probe core like this. This is not the main mission. This is not the greatest mission in the world. This is just a tribute to the mission we're going to do in just a second. So, I've got a probe core so I can control it. Probe cores notoriously do not consume Dr. Pepper, so our shipment should be safe en route. We're also going to put one of these things there. That looks good. And now I'm going to make... You've seen me make this ship before, and I don't want to... Ship is what I said. You've seen me make this ship before, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. So now we've got a probe core. Now we're going to get some of this delicious Dr. Pepper. We're going to go to 4x symmetry. Right like that. We're going to... Come on, girly. Yes, let's go with a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper, right? Delicious Dr. Pepper. That right there, 4 times 3 is a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper on an interplanetary mission. Then we are going to... See what you did there, just a tribute. JLW, we'll have a vote or something later. We'll have a vote or something later on what we're going to do. Where we're going to go, let me build this craft. It's not going to have a lot of Delta V. In fact, it's just going to have station-keeping Delta V. Just enough. Just enough Delta V. That's too much. There we go. That doesn't look terrible. I'm not in hate with it. I'm absolutely not in hate with it, but I think I may class it up a little bit. We all know that we love to class it up. Oh, Universal, thank you for the follow. I am going to class it up. We'll do a little bit of Fashion Academy on it right here. And... where are my parts? Where are my parts? The moon's not interplanetary. Seriously? Come on now. I can't find the part that I'm looking for. I'm just going to stop the stream. So embarrassing. Just kidding. It's not my first rodeo. There we go. And the trick is, here's what we're going to do. The IRC client's not connecting to chat. Yeah, chat is totally busted right now. Chat is totally busted. I don't know what the deal with that is, but chat is in fact totally busted. Nightbot is restarting, Nightbot's telling me. So, I'm not going to worry about that. I do all, Aaron Gamma, I do all KSP streams. All KSP streams. That is what Kerbal Space Academy is about. Here's what I want to do. I am going to build this craft in a special way that it can actually be handled by the interplanetary kicker. And let's show you what that means. I am going to put at the bottom of the craft a Clampatron Senior docking port. And if you've ever been on interplanetary missions, you know you definitely don't want a docking port that looks like this. This would be very foolish to try and do with an interplanetary transfer. If you did something like that, and you put just a regular Clampatron on there, like that, when you build the rest of the rocket underneath this, when you put something underneath it, and you start building more rocket underneath it that has engines on it so that it can do an interplanetary transfer or whatever. When you try to fly this craft, you're going to have a lot of trouble with it. This craft is going to weeble and wobble, and it is probably going to bend in half, crash, and explode about this axis. There's just going to be too much thrust back here and too much weight up here for that single docking port connection to be able to keep the craft stable. So how do you fix it? One quick solution to try if your craft isn't very big, one solution that you should start by trying is this right here. You should start by trying, where is it at, to put a Clampatron Senior on the bottom. So instead of that nonsense right there, we're going to put that. We're going to get another Clampatron Senior like that. Hey, come on now. Hold down Alt and click to do a copy just like I did. And we'll do that. Do you see how that looks like a more solid connection, right? Instead of wobbling, that right there will give you a lot more solid connection. However, you can't use struts. Bremer, you can't use struts. There will be no struts here. Aaron Gamma, thank you for the follow. There are no struts here because we are going to send this to orbit like this, and then we are going to have the interplanetary kicker stage dock with it in orbit, so struts are not an option here. And don't tell me that I should use Kerbal attachment system or hyper struts or quantum awesome struts or whatever. We're not going to do that. There are some options that you can use in order to make your connection more solid whenever you dock in orbit. So let me show you. We have this craft, and maybe let's do this. Maybe we should just go and grab one of these little fuel tanks like that, put it on the side in 4x symmetry, get you another docking port just like this. In fact, this is 4 docking ports, and put 4 docking ports on there. Now, Das, wait a second. You can't attach 4 docking ports together. You're crazy. That'll never work. It will work. You can't build it that way in the VAB, but in space you can actually dock 2 crafts together using multiple docking ports. If you've ever seen the KSA Majesty in its space dock, right, you know that we have 2 docking ports connecting the Majesty to the space dock. We've got the fueling port up on the dorsal side, ching, and we've got the Craftinger embarkation, additional embarkation port up at the front of the craft to keep the passengers away from the fuel, right? You can dock with more than 1 port. I am going to dock with a lot more than 1 port. I'm actually going to dock with 5 ports. 5 ports. Now, is this overkill for this craft? Yes, probably. Could I use 3 ports? Yes. Could I just use this? Yes, I probably could. But while we're here, in the interest of time, because we do have more stuff coming up at 10 p.m. actually, just about 2 hours. Just about an hour and a half at this point. In the interest of time, I am going to build it this way. So the number one thing when getting these docking ports together is that they all need to be exactly flat. Do you see how this docking port, all of my 4x symmetry docking ports are not flat with the Senior? If you don't have them flat, you're not going to have a good time. And all I do to get that done is to come and look right along that. You see how you can move it and see that you're looking at it flat? I look right along that, and then I drag this up and down until it looks exactly flat. That gives me 4 docking ports on one surface. There are some other ways you can test it, right? There are some other ways you can test it. You can actually get other structural pieces like this, and you can actually put it on here like that and see if it looks even. Do you see how that doesn't really look like it's clipping through? Maybe just a little tiny bit. Just right there, you can see it. And let me make sure it's not in the chat. Do you see that little bump right there? This piece is just barely clipping through that. That means these pieces are just a little bit higher. You can actually grab these guys, and you could move them. Look at that. Do you see them clipping through there? Do you see the instant that it clips? You can use these temporary pieces to see if you're going to clip or not. And that right there looks pretty good. That right there probably looks okay. Let's just make sure. Take that off. It really does look like that docking port's a little bit lower. So, it really is. Just get it very close, right? You can use that to line it out. I think this is going to be close enough. I think it is going to be close enough. We'll see when we get more stuff. So, this craft is also going to need, I think, some engines, right? So let's go ahead and put a little bit more control down here. Not on the Dr. Pepper. Like that. We really need to be able to undock the Dr. Peppers or whatever. But, it's going to need some way to do station keeping. What can we do for that? Let me just grab... What engine should I use? Nobody ever uses these engines, but it's because their vacuum efficiency is just not there. They just don't have the vacuum efficiency we want. Nukes would be nice. Nukes would definitely be nice. I wonder if I should go with nukes. Is there a Kerbal fashion-y way to do this? That's not it. That's going to be our docking adapter, right? They're really too long, I think, to do that. See how far they stick up? So let's not go with nukes. Let's not go with nukes. I just used some flat panels as a straight edge. You can absolutely do that. You can absolutely grab those structural pieces just like that, put them over there. Oops, not that. That was on the wrong node. Put them right like that and use them to see if you're pretty much... It still looks like it's clipping a little bit. It still does look like it's clipping a little bit. Let me just... Since somebody noticed what I was doing. There you go. You can see. You can see the instant that it starts to clip. Right like that. I was looking right there, right? You can see the instant that it starts to clip. 3 degrees of gimbal, but I don't need that. I'm going to be in space, so I don't really need a lot of gimbal. I don't really need a lot of gimbal. Dude, Braber, I bet you're coming with a crew raid. I bet you're coming... Ooh! Trey! Flip the nukes and fly it backwards. Trey, 11230. That is an awesome idea. That is an absolutely awesome idea. I really, positively do love that. Oh, trouble though. Eek. Look, the nukes will clip through our Dr. Pepper. Here at Kerbal Space Academy, we solve problems. We solve problems. All we really need to do to fix that is to put these guys on with a different symmetry. We could totally put these guys on like this and then have them miss the Dr. Peppers. Of course, now I've just messed that up, so let's fix it again. Let's use our straight edge just like we did, right? Let's do that. Let's zoom in and let us... Why is that not in the center? That's a little weird. Huh. It feels like the rocket's not in the center of the screen for some reason. Anyways. I don't want to clip the nukes. I don't want to clip the nukes. Y'all know my feelings on clipping. Let's use these guys as a bit of a straight edge. That actually looks really good right there. See how there's not really any daylight between them? See, I'm trying to look right between there. Ah, there's just a little bitty tiny. Look at that. You see how you can tell? Do you see how I'm able to point at some daylight in between there? That is just right. That is just right. I will go ahead and go with that. Those docking ports are good to go. What we can do now, we could actually put the nukes on here like this. I'll put some nukes on here. I really only need 2 nukes, though. And I really don't like this design. Dang it. So what we could do, we could actually rotate our entire thing like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why is it 9? Because 9 times 5 is 45, and that's a 45-degree angle. I didn't know that. Somebody taught me that here in my stream. I was like, I've always wondered why it's 9 clicks. And they were like, well, 9 times 5 is 45. Das, you idiot. And I was like, geez, do you need a job teaching Kerbal Space Academy? Anyways, to put the nukes on, these are 4x symmetry. In order to put the nukes on, you're actually going to have to go ahead and go to 1x symmetry so they don't appear in 4x symmetry. You're also going to have to do this. You're also going to have to get you some fuel lines. Trey, that was an absolutely awesome idea that you have, and I do appreciate you participating in chat over there. That was an absolutely, positively awesome donation hype right there. Sayakon, this is not the greatest donation in the world. This is just a tribute. Keep up the awesome stream. Also, yay science and everybody who teaches it. Hear to that, Sayakon. Hear to that. Yay science and everybody who teaches it. I appreciate that double super subscription there. That's the same that I would get from 2 months subscription on Twitch, because you only get $2.50 a month when you're with Twitch, unless you're like huge. So, I really do appreciate that donation. Let's see what we've got going on. Now we've got the nukes. Hopefully this Dr. Pepper is going to be just fine, I guess. Just fine. There was a good idea. Somebody just tossed a good idea in there. Brimmer, Das, if you want to fly the other direction, don't forget to get a control module facing the other direction. We're already good to go. Because what control module do we have? The large docking port. We can definitely right-click on that large docking port, and we can definitely tell it to control from there. Did you see what I just fixed there? What I just fixed is actually very important. Did I attach them backwards? I did attach them backwards. Chat always has my back. Chat absolutely always has my back. Blipman with the save there. Let's go ahead and put those fuel lines on the correct way. And honestly, these things, I'm not even going to put fuel in them. I don't even care. Oh, wait. I can't do that because those are on the outside edge. Emergency fuel or something. I'm not even going to worry with fuel lines on that. Or am I? Yeah, I guess I'll worry. Dang it! Sometimes I'm so indecisive. But it's not. It's going to be a pain to deal with those being separated, and it won't show us the delta V correctly, blah, 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 blah. That right there, 0.26 thrust to weight, 518 delta V. Is that right? Oh, that's an atmosphere. Let's consult the engineer oracle here. That's 1883 delta V. That's actually not that much delta V because we're carrying a lot of Dr. Pepper. Huh. We are carrying a lot of Dr. Pepper there. Interesting. But I'm just going to roll with it. I'm just going to roll with it. We'll have to deal with the amount of Delta V this craft has later. We can always start burning Dr. Pepper if we need to do that. We can always start burning Dr. Pepper. This is certainly not enough Delta V to get us anywhere interplanetary. Let's clean up my VAB a little bit here. Making a huge mess. All right. Drink. Our Pastor, what's going on? Here's what we're going to do. Dude, Beezy. There's no fuel lines for the Dr. Pepper. You're right. We're delivering the Dr. Pepper. The 2 spare externals aren't fuel lined incorrectly. The 2 spare externals aren't fuel lined incorrectly. You're right. I am, like, not paying attention here. I am definitely not paying attention. We did it backwards. We wanted to do it like that in 2x symmetry. And then we're going to have to see how annoying this is, right? We've got to go down to 1x symmetry. And we've got to do that. And we've got to go to the other side with 1x symmetry again. And we got to do that. That is fuel lined incorrectly. Okay, and now we'll have more Delta V. 2232. Again, thank you for the save there. Thank you for the save. I'm going to try to check chat in just a minute. I am going to try to tech chat. But I think right now what I'm going to do is continue on with this. Is there anything else that I need? Oh, power generation. Let's definitely put some power generation in here, and we are going to just go with the PB nukes. Look at this. Look at this. We're having a lot of issues. Let me show you how to fix this. This is a good building tip here. Let me show you how to fix it. Right here, I've been having trouble because I put these fuel tanks on with 4x symmetry, right? I can actually break the 4x symmetry by getting a part. Normally, it would try to put it on in 4x symmetry. Do you see if I have any sort of symmetry, it'll try for 4x, and that's actually going to put a nuke, an RTG in the middle of my nuke there. If you want to stop that from happening, before you touch that, go ahead and put it down. Do you see right now, I'm trying to hold down Shift and press X, but it won't get off 4x symmetry. Look right down here, right? Lower left, it won't get off 4x symmetry. What you have to do to fix that, you have to put it down to 1x symmetry when you're not touching the craft. Then come over and put it on with 1x symmetry. That'll allow you to put a different amount of symmetry on one part of a symmetrical part. So, I am going to grab that like that. I'm going to put the other nuke like that. We've just got all sorts of radioactive stuff washing over our delicious Dr. Pepper here. We're just going to roll with it. We've got the interplanetary craft. The next thing we need to do is get the interplanetary craft into orbit. So let's do that, because what we're going to do is get our interplanetary kicker stage, get it into orbit, and dock the two things together. So what we're going to do is go ahead and build a lifter for this. Now, I don't really need a lot with this. I don't really need a lot. But in honor of yesterday, I believe I may actually do an asparagus lifter. Ooh, some batteries as well. Thank you. Some batteries as well. That's just the dorsal battery. We can do another dorsal battery up here, and then that plus the RTGs, that should be just fine. Did I miss anything else? Tell me if I missed anything else. Tell me if I missed anything else. In fact, we should really probably flip that probe core over. You know? If we just go like that, and then we go DD, that'll flip the probe core over. Now the probe core will be controlling us in the proper direction, and then this docking port here can control us in the other direction. Alright, that docking port there. And we're not going to put our RCS or anything on here. We're just going to say that the purpose of this craft is to get the delicious Dr. Pepper out to the other system and call it a day. Let's build a lifter, and let's have a look at suppers. I don't know what that is mean. Das suppers. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Let's see here. Let us build an asparagus lifter and see what we can do. Das, does the Kraken like radioactive Dr. Pepper? I guess so. I guess so. The radioactivity is to keep the Kraken away from our delicious Dr. Pepper while it's being delivered interplanetary. Let's build an asparagus lifter for this thing. I am going to use the bigger tanks. Maybe it's just an orange tank. Let's see if we can build an orange tank asparagus lifter and see if that gets us into orbit. So there I've got one stage. I'm going to make the central core first. And I'm actually going to try maybe a skipper on the central core. 0.73, 1582. That is not bad Delta V there. We probably don't even need. Ooh, Das, why are you putting the batteries on upside down? Awesome sauce. Good eye. Good eye. That is the right way since we're going to be flying the ship upside down. Good call, Awesome sauce. That was absolutely a good call. Thank you for that one. I did. Jim, I absolutely put the batteries on with 1x symmetry. I did that on a person. I did that on purpose. That is to mark my dorsal side. And when I get into orbit, when I start flying around, I'll explain what that means. But this, basically, I've got the... Come on. What flag is that? There we go. I've got my flag in the background there. I want a battery only on that side that has the flag in the background. I'll show you why I do that when I'm in space. It's very important to understand what the dorsal side of your craft is. And that right there is the dorsal side of this craft. That is why I'm doing that. That is why I'm doing that. So let's see here. Let's see here. Seriously, guys? Seriously? Don't come into my chat and do that sort of stuff. That's not cool. That's not cool. Don't do that. I do not appreciate that whatsoever. So, mods, be on the lookout for that stuff, please. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue this. We may not actually even need asparagus staging for this. We may not even need that. So let's see here. I'm going to put, not those, let's put the bigger decouplers like that. Like that. Now I am going to put the bigger tanks on there like this. Like that. That looks good. Now maybe we should do some mainsails. I don't even think we're going to need the mainsails like this. I don't even think we're going to need the mainsails. Let's look. That right there is going to decouple them first, so that's definitely not what we want. Let's put these things up here. We're going to fire all the engines. That's 1.1 on the pad, 2900 delta V. We definitely need the mainsails. Let's see here. We definitely need the mainsails. Let's put some mainsails right like that. Alright, that looks a little bit better. 1.66 on the pad. And what if I do this? What if I take the fuel lines and I put them in like this? And I'll start talking about the asparagus staging if we actually need this. If we actually need it. Oh, interesting. The mainsails are going to run out a lot sooner. Is that true? That, aha, then that. It was just the staging that wasn't quite right. That's 3132 with 2.01 on the pad. Interesting. I wonder if we could just add enough mainsail hype. 1.68, 2.44 on the pad. That's way too much, honestly. 3035, let's add more fuel to this. I don't think we're going to need asparagus staging for this mission. In fact, a lot of the time you don't need asparagus staging. So let's see here. Let me grab more of this stuff. There we go. Let me put these tanks on the side. 3727. 190 on the pad. We can put more fuel. Remember, I'm trying to get this number right here equal to 4,000. Just over 4,000 with this. Just over 4,000. What I'm going to do is look at my delta V on the pad. Sorry, my thrust to weight on the pad. When my thrust to weight on the pad is greater than 1.7, 1.6 even, that means that I can add more fuel without adding more engines. So I can just come up here. I can grab this. There we go. Put more fuel in. 4,009 meters per second of delta V. That actually looks really good. 1.7 on the pad, 4,009. We didn't need asparagus staging for this, so sorry if I got your hopes up. But we are just going to launch this rocket just like this and call it a day. Let me strut it in like that and like this. That is going to strut all those things together right like that. And I think this right here should be good enough to go to orbit. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go launch this thing and then I'm going to start reading some chat. I am definitely going to launch this thing, and then I'm going to see if I can get caught up with chat just a little bit. There's those. There's those. Check that staging, right? Look at the Dr. Pepper. That's what it takes to get the Dr. Pepper into orbit. Check the staging. That is incorrect. That looks good. Those can decouple like that. That looks good. We are going to have to flip it around. That's okay, though. Anything else? Anything else? I think maybe what I want to do, and you'll see why I'm doing this in advance. Maybe what I want to do is get some Separatrons and put them here facing backwards. Das, why would you ever put Separatrons facing backwards? You'll see when I get to orbit. You'll see when I get to orbit. Those Separatrons are going to blow right when that happens right there. And that should be good. Now we are going to have one little bit of an issue here. In that we're going to have to find something to control from. I think I'll be able to control from that right there. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and name this the DP Launch. DP 12 pack. Jeez. DP 12 pack launcher. And that's only really going to get it up into low Kerbal orbit. So let's save that. Let's click launch. Let's get this over there. There you go, Bellarex. You got it. Blipman, get some sleep. Get some sleep. Let's see what we've got going on here. Load up for me. There we go. The DP-12 pack launcher. I love it. Do you see what happens, right? Did you recall whenever I fixed this, whenever I flipped that node over, sorry, whenever I flipped the probe core over right there, I did that in the VAB. What am I controlling from right now? I'm controlling from the probe core. When I'm controlling from the probe core and the probe core is flipped over, what happens? Look at the nav ball. The nav ball is upside down. We don't want to try to go to space with an upside down nav ball. East will be west, west will be east, south will be down, blah, 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 blah. We don't want to try to do that. How can I fix it? I could have installed another probe core facing the other direction, right? I could have totally done that. But what I actually can do just to fix it out here, I can right-click on that docking port, and I can do control from here. When I do control from here, you'll see my nav ball flip around. That means that we're going to control the entire craft relative to that guy. And we can do that for launch. That is a good way to get this guy into space. It looks like we've got nuclear guns on either side of it or something like that. Control from docking port. You've got it there, Aerospace. Typical launch profile. Let me zoom out so we can see it. There we go. Typical launch profile. Throttle up, press Z. Panel lock, press that up there. Click it. SAS engage, press T. And let's go ahead and get this thing launched. 3, 2, 1, space. So we're just going to go straight up. Typical easy KSA launch profile, right? Maybe not the most efficient launch profile, but it's the easy way to get to space, and it's what I like to repeat on my streams so that people who don't really know can learn an easy launch profile that will get them into orbit. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can check the chat. The chat's been scrolling like crazy. My Kerbal engineer adds delta V from the stack separators and separatrons. You're right. It does, but I don't think that there's a way to turn that off, Action 09. I don't think there's a way. If Cybertech is still here, Cybertech is still... I don't know if Cybertech's still here, but if Cybertech is still here, then you can definitely ask Cybertech that question, if there's an option or something like that. Destroyer James, DP-12 pack launch, you're right. Are the backwards separatrons for removing the space junk? Ride car. Pretty close, just about. That is just about what it is. Bad Ace, have you ever made a replica of Voyager 1? If not, you should try one today. Today we're doing interplanetary missions. Later we'll be doing mods, life support mods, it looks like. So, I won't be doing that today. Catch me another day when I'm at a help desk or a free play or something like that, and I will be happy to do that. Das, why does my separation SRBs work best at 1.4 to 1.6 thrust weight? Remember why LFO works better at 1.7? Optimerad, that's probably because you're exceeding terminal velocity on the way up. Those SRBs are notorious for their high thrust that increases very quickly. And as you increase that thrust, let's do a gravity turn at 10K. As you increase that thrust, you can very easily... We are going to need some struts in there, it looks like, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. I think somebody called that. Who was that called that? There was some engines. Get out of here. Get off my rocket. Now we fixed that, apparently. Now we fixed that, apparently. I'm going to keep on burning up. Let's turn on engineer. All over the map tonight, y'all. Turn on engineer. And I'm going to burn at this 45-degree angle right like this until I get an apoapse of 50. While I continue reading the chat. Have them start burning on stage separation, not before. Oh, and that won't add it to the stage. There was an answer from Cybertech right there. There was a great answer from Cybertech. Thank you, Cybertech. Let's see here. Das, what's the best way to farm biomes on with no rib? No rib. Don't understand that question. Can't help you out if I don't understand the question, man on fire. Das Valdez, hey, what's up, Ray? Das, which planets are we going to travel to? We'll figure it out at the end, Evil NATO. We'll figure it out at the end. What's up, Das? We're going to other planets. Do we need more mods? Probably ride car. Can you explain exactly what is Delta V? Monobi, I may not have time during this launch, but the long and short of it is that it is the amount of your capability to change your situation in space. To go from 0 to 100 meters per second, to go from 0 meters per, or 100 to 0 meters per second, to go from 0 to 50, 50 to 0, 50 to 200. It's also your ability to deflect your trajectory. So if you're going in a straight line and you apply delta V to the side of the line, you'll actually bend that trajectory to the side. So when I say delta V is your capability to change your situation in space. That is what we like. Why does it cost different amounts of delta V to go to different planets? For example, right now my situation is not orbiting Kerbal. Originally, my situation was on the ground at Kerbal. Now my situation is suborbital over Kerbal. I want to change my situation into orbiting Kerbal. It's going to cost me a specific amount of delta V in order to accomplish that. If I get into orbit around Kerbal, my situation is going to be in orbit around Kerbal. I don't want to be in orbit around Kerbal. I would rather be in orbit around Duna. And in order to do that, 79, 80, I would need some amount of delta V in order to change my situation from orbiting Kerbal to orbiting Duna. That is how I define delta V in the game. So, let's do this. Let's go over here to this dirty, dirty orbital ring around the Kerbal here. Add a node right there. Let's turn off precise node. We don't need it. Pull prograde right there at the apoapse. This is how we get into orbit, right? Until we get a periapse. If the apoapse starts to run away, remember my trick. Click and hold on that till it comes home. You want that apoapse, the tan apoapse, to be in the middle of that circle right there. Click on this periapse up here to make it stick so you can see it. And then continue pulling on until it reads 80, 40, 50, 60, 70, 78, 79, 80. That's 80 by 80. Let's burn it. We know how to burn it too. 33-second burn coming up in 1 minute. You're going to half 33, right? So round it up to 34. That makes halving it easier. I should have got the new engineer. And half of 34 is 15 plus 2, so 17. And I am going to go right like this. I'm not liking that wobble up there. I bet you we could solve it if we toggle the torque on that, though. When this right here gets to 17, T minus 17, that's when I'm going to fire this up. And everybody always asks me, they're like, Das, why do you have the estimated burn? The node assumes that you're going to be able to apply all of that delta V at the exact time of the node. You can't do that, though. Rockets don't actually work that way. You have to take time to do your burn, right? Excuse me. And as you take time to do your burn, you want to do half of your burn in front of it and half of your burn after it, before it and after it. That is the best way to effectively execute that node. That's why we half it, because we want half the burn before and half the burn after. That is some wobbly Dr. Pepper, y'all. It definitely needs some struts, I think, from here to here to keep it from wobbling. That's one of the banes of using a lot of little stacked parts like that. There's a lot of connections and there's a lot of flex in there. There really is. Look how wobbly that is. It's really okay because we have this mainsail going here. Let me just make sure we're good to go here. And I am going to break that stage away like that. I am going to turn around like this. You see me turn on that other one. And I am going to complete my orbit. Just like this. Now, it's not going to be a perfect orbit, but it will be an orbit. We need to control from there. We need to burn on the node. And we need to irradiate the heck out of our Dr. Pepper. Just like this. I do hope, yeah, I'll be fine on getting to orbit. I actually need to burn a little bit skyward here. Just because of the way that we did that. Das, don't shake the Dr. Pepper. I'm definitely, these Dr. Peppers should be okay. These Dr. Peppers down here are going to overheat because of, you know, Dr. Pepper. And I will be able to get this thing in orbit. It's not going to be an exactly 80 by 80 orbit, but I'm not too worried about that. In fact, I'm just going to do it live. Who needs the node anymore? Let's just burn straight like this. There we go. Straight at the apoapse where it's 79, and I'm just going to burn straight at the prograde and burn that last 5. What was it? It was like 150, something like that. Nuka Pepper! I love it. That's an orbit right there. What's coming up next? Coming up next is the apoapse. Nope, the periapse. So if the periapse is coming up next, I actually need to burn skyward. That's not skyward, Das. Whoa, why is the screen shaking like that? It's a little weird. It apparently doesn't like my Dr. Pepper. Why is the Dr. Pepper shaking? I think the Kraken requires Dr. Pepper, y'all. These are going to need to settle down a little bit before we open them. Because there is some sort of Kraken-esque issue with this craft. Let's see if we can't repair it somehow. There we go. Put some spin on it, turn off SAS, and see if it works itself out. It is not liking that at all. They actually look like they're spinning around each other. Look at that. I was just going to warp myself. I don't have some sort of... Yeah, I don't. I don't. You said don't shake the Dr. Pepper. You're shaking the Dr. Pepper. You're right. You can't. SAS is already off. That doesn't do anything. Physics warp. That should fix it, right? Maybe. You can't time warp. You can't time warp. You told me the Kraken swims in Dr. Pepper. I'm actually pretty close to believing that right now. SAS is already off. Let's see here. I don't see where the Phantom Forces would be coming from. Let's give it no control authority and see what happens. Let's give it no authority and see what happens. I can't even click on this silly stuff. Alright. Toggle torque. Where would there be Phantom Forces up there? I don't see where there would be Phantom Forces. You see how I can make it easy to click on by zooming out? Good trick. I wonder if I can, no, can I, nope. Is there anything that I can do to fix this? The Kraken definitely got it, I think. The Kraken approves of your offering. It definitely looks like a Phantom Forces bug. It definitely looks, because there was no clipping on that ship, right? There was no clipping anywhere on that ship, and it is not a happy camper. It is not, there's no way I can switch to a different vessel. No nearby objects to focus on. What does the orbit even look like? The orbit is all over the map. Huh. Let's see here. What did I call it? CCSPDG? I thought that's what I called the channel. What did I call the channel? Reusable interplanetary transfer stages. Interplanetary transfer stages. Reusable. Ah, I spelled it wrong. No. Reusable. Next time, just tell me what's wrong. That is a massive problem right there. That is a massive problem. All right, Super Platypus, thank you for that. We're just going to revert the flight. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. The Kraken, no! The Kraken was just engulfing our Dr. Pepper. We're not going to be able to die with that or anything. The Kraken was absolutely engulfing our Dr. Pepper. I'm beginning to wonder if it's something about the side symmetry. I've never actually seen that on this craft before. So let's do this and see if we can't help it a little bit. 4x symmetry. Like a dece. Let's put symmetry all the way up to those middle sections, like that. And then come up here, 4x symmetry. Can I get it from here? Let's see if I can get it from there. I might not be able to. And put it all the way down to this. Nope, it'd be better if we get it to there. To there. Is that going to work? Yes. Okay, that worked. That worked. Wait. Nope. They didn't go. That happens sometimes. You're going to have to put it onto there, Das. And then you can come down here to that part. And that should put a lot more rigidity in there. I'm almost wondering if I should strut the Dr. Pepper together as well. Maybe I should strut the Dr. Pepper together as well. Let's see here. Just for the sake of, you know, we'll definitely do it. See, it's not clipping against anything, which really concerns me that there was no clipping and it was still doing that. But let's put some little, like, hidden struts from there to there. That's not very fashionable, is it? And from here to here. That's not very fashionable either. And from here to here, and part counts be darned, we're just going to strut this stuff up proper, like that. All right, hopefully that fixes our, yeah, trend. I think we should. I think we should have done the strutting all together. So that right there is good. Let's launch this thing again. You saw another problem, right? We really needed separatrons on these stages. So let's see. You should leave the Mentos out this time. Quetz, you're not even kidding, Quetzy. Let's go ahead and put some separatrons on here as well. I'm sorry, DOS, but this ain't... Hey, I'm the one with the stream. I'll make it fashionable if I want to. But you're right. I am trying to get done with the Kerbal Fashion Academy. Yes, so welcome to Kerbal Fashion Academy. Let's see if we can put some right there. Right there. And remember what Cybertech said, right? Remember what Cybertech said. We want these separatrons to fire, not in that stage, but when those things decouple, right? That should keep them from adding any sort of delta V to any other stage. Maybe that's not the exact situation, but that should be good enough. That should be good enough. Carbon fried Kerbals. Nice. And I think, the last thing I'm going to do... Nah, we're fine. We're fine. Let's actually put a little cargo adapter right here. If you haven't seen this, go ahead and put you a strut like this, ×4, like that. And you can put struts across your point of connection here, like that. And that will create a lot more stable connection there as well. So I think we'll get rid of a lot of the weeble wobbles there. Das Diva with his Fashion Academy. You're not even kidding, Ridecar. Again, thanks for the donation, by the way. Let's save this. Let's do another launch. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Remember that time that Space Kraken shook your Dr. Pepper? Pepperidge Farm remembers. You're so back with pumpkin and pecan pie. What? What? Tokigar, what's going on? Let's see here. Throttle up, panel lock, SAS engage, control from here. Special case for this rocket. Did I mess anything else up? No, doesn't look like it. 3, 2, 1, launch. Let's just get into space. And while we get into space, let me check the chat again. It's not Fashion Academy. Gaming Creeper, what's going on? Just stopping by, can't stay for long. No worries, welcome, welcome. Tokigar already said hi to you. Das, there's something on near the meter geeters. Wait, there's something on near the meter gauge. Huh? Something on near the meter gauge. Not sure what you're talking about there, but let me know. I'll definitely give it a look. I'll definitely give it a look. Let's continue. Maybe the Kraken. You're right. There was a lot of Kraken comments there. Yes, I probably should have spelled it correctly. Can you control from the senior port? Yes. I think I could have. Awesome Sauce, what's up? Did you know that an atom can disbalance a pencil on your finger? I don't know what that means. It could disbalance? I'm not sure, but I know, I guess, in theory, that an atom could balance on the tip of a pencil. Is that what you were going with? Don't shake the Dr. Pepper. I tried time warping. That didn't work. Old Mobile, what's going on? The pizza guy just came. Can we revert to launch? You're in luck, Hip Trader. You're in luck. We definitely reverted to launch. Let's see what else we've got here. Das, what happens when the nuke engines explode? They won't explode. They're very, very, very difficult to get to explode. Nasiob, Diamond X3, and Tokigar. Yeah, okay, Tokigar. Thanks for the follows, y'all. I appreciate you. Up, gravity turn. Trying to read the question. Oh, how can you farm? There you go. How can you farm different biomes with no rover parts? How can you farm different biomes with no rover parts? Use a hopper like we do on Minimus. Use a hopper like we do on Minimus. That is an excellent way. That was not a very good turn. We'll be okay though. I bet you it still goes to orbit. Let's see here. Yeah, use a little hopper. Look at my Minimus farming science on Minimus video on YouTube, and you'll see how we can use a hopper and a science vessel to farm lots and lots of different science from Minimus in one launch. You can actually farm all of Minimus in a single launch using a little hopper and using one of those science lab parts. So, I've got this. There was not nearly as much rifle wobble, whatever. Let me turn these things off. I don't actually need those on right now. Suicide burn and landing. I love Kerbal Engineer. I really need to get it updated. And just put a Lincoln tag on it. What? Yeah, very little, if any, wobble. I think we'll be good this time. There's 50. I'm actually going to go into orbit and turn and burn. And I do apologize, I'm blowing through some of these. I just spent the last 4 days, the last 3 days actually, doing lifter testing on stream over and over again. I described the lifter launch sequence, the launch profile, so many times that I'm blowing through it here. I am definitely blowing through it here. And I do apologize. If you're really interested in how to get those lifters done, come back on Saturday when we do Kerbal Boot Camp, and I will describe in excruciating detail how we do the lifters in Kerbal Space Program. How to design them, what the launch profile looks like, how to fly them, considerations. We'll do all that this Saturday in Kerbal Boot Camp. This craft is a lot less wibbly wobbly. 8, 9, cut. There we go. Come over here and put this right like that, and go ahead and press P, and pull that out like that. That's the prograde node. When ApoApps, did you see ApoApps start to get away? Look, when ApoApps starts to get away, click and hold right there to bring it back. If that happens, just ignore it. That's 80 by 80 right there. So let's go ahead and burn this. Again, it's going to be a 31-second burn coming up in a minute and 15 seconds. 31-second burn. Let's see if we can get that done. This craft is a lot more solid. A lot more solid. This craft, solid. Previous craft, not so solid. Anybody get that reference? I don't think anybody ever gets that reference. A little bit esoteric. A little bit out there. A little bit out there. No matter how far you run, no matter how far you hide, I will come and find you. Somebody's got to get that reference, or I'm going to give up streaming. What is that? Oh, that's the Simple Docker. Nice. That's the Mark III Simple Docker. Hello, Mark III Simple Docker. You just passed us very closely. Serenity, Upright Base 360. Thank you so much for getting that. Thank you so much for getting that. That's not Serenity, though. It's from Firefly, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it. It's going to be 16 seconds. Thank you for doing the calculation. The professional. It's not the professional. It's Hunt for Red October. My channel is full of trolls, or else just really dumb people. And I'm pretty sure it's not the latter. I think everybody's just a troll. Oh, I learned something last time. I want to put these in a separate stage, and I want to not fire them right away. Done. Whew. We did that fast. Let's burn this stage out. And then we are going to get this stage away from us so that we can do our flip as fast as possible. And that, hey, there we go. Then I can do the flip, and I can control from here on the way around. That's just the biggest target. And when I get prograde, I'll light those engines. Hey, come on now. I didn't have my dorsal side up, and I switched keys. When I get prograde, I can actually light the engines like that and continue on my merry orbit. Not the most efficient way to get into orbit, but I'll allow it. It'll definitely work. It'll definitely work. Gene, thank you. Thank you. Me? A troll? How very dare you, DOS? Ah, yes. Ah, yes. The nukes won't actually overheat and explode. And you can see a bit of a problem there, right? You can see that the font size, I've actually got the GUI upscaled. Unseeing Whale, if you're here, that's a bug. I've got the larger, I think it's large-ish as my size. And when you use large-ish as your size, it actually makes some things overlap because it doesn't account for the scaling of the interface. So, we continue going along this here to get this guy into orbit. He's now 80 by 50. And he's 80 by 60. And he is, that's actually pretty darn close right there. 85 by 85 is probably fine. Let's go on around to 85. Get rid of that node. Just like that. Let's go on around to 85 and run and just circularize them right quick. Where's my apoapse? Periapse is coming up in 5 minutes. So we will go all the way around to the apoapse. There's 16, 17, 15. I can drink while I'm doing that. 14, 13. And I am going to have to stream like the wind to get this done. This may be a lot longer than a 2 hour, actually an hour and a half stream. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to burn prograde at my apoapse. You know how that works. Look at that beautiful dorsal side. Oh, am I controlling from the right place? Let's make sure. Yeah, I am. All right. I am controlling from the right side. I am now pointing prograde. How can I check it? Kerbin is coming by this way, and I'm kind of flying around Kerbin. I can double check that I'm controlling from the right place here. That's a minute. That's actually pretty darn close. Let's just go ahead and start circularizing right now so we don't have to take a lot of time to do that. 78, 79. I know I won't get exactly circular, but I'll get what I call close enough. It's good enough. Apoapse coming up in 9 minutes, so I can actually burn down, radial in, and even these two numbers out right quick. Not the most efficient thing, but it's pretty fast when you're in a hurry. See how that's going down and that's going up? Close enough. 86, 5, 85, 5 by 87. That's fine. We're going to leave this here. We need to go design that interplanetary kicker stage. Let's not revert the flight. Let's go back to here. Did we go over why the battery's on the dorsal side? No, I didn't, but when I dock the two craft, I'll go over it. We didn't really need it yet. What? Or is it from Taken? Yes, it's from Taken. Thank you. Honey sweetened hot tea after the stream. Yes, I have definitely been drinking honey sweetened hot tea during and after the stream, but I didn't make it today. Darth Andrea, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for reminding me that I need to do that. I do appreciate that, absolutely. While we're doing that, did Nightbot ever start working? Anybody? Anybody? Class? You have to be kidding me. Alright. This ship is done. Somebody look at the viewer count. I just glanced over and it was like, are you kidding me? Gene, we're messing around with TAC Life support on KSP TV in just about an hour. In just about an hour. Nightbot's working too. That is what we're doing. We've got this good to go. We're going to remember that. Let's make a new craft and I'm going to toss this one together like the wind. I'm going to put it together. Yes, it's from Haven. Thank you. It's definitely from Haven. That's absolutely where it's from. I'm going to toss this craft together like the wind. Could I do one of these? Yes. Because I'm going to go very quickly. I'm going to go very quickly here. But I am going to make this interplanetary kicker stage. How do I do it? I need to replicate the same sort of design I had before. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab this fuel tank and put it like that. I'm going to grab these fuel tanks and put it like that. Can I use the other one? I don't think you can actually use the other one. This is the size you have to use. Because if you try to use the skinnier one, you get into all sorts of trouble. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. You can't actually do that. Let me see. Anything I can do? Come on. Yeah, without clipping, that won't work. You just don't have a tank that's the right size. You just don't. So we're going to grab this guy here. We're going to grab these guys like this. Does this look familiar? Does that look familiar to anybody? We're going to grab a Clampatron senior docking port. We're going to grab... That's so ugly, though. I don't like it. I wonder if there's anything I could do. It's just really ugly. I know I want to do it fast, but we've got to... It's got to look good. If it's going to space, it's got to look good. Let's do that. We could put a big SAS module to help push it up. Like this. Like that. Like that. That probably solved our problem. Yep, that solved our problem. That big SAS module solved our problem. Excellent. Then we're going to grab the little Clampatrons. That's the junior. We're going to grab the other ones. We're going to do the same thing we did before, right? The same thing we did before. Ooh, something even smaller would do it. Could you load the other craft and copy the part as a subassembly? You could! Monobly, that's a really great idea. That is a really great idea. I really do like that idea. It wouldn't necessarily make the ports match. If you messed it up and they were too far apart or too close together, it would still cause a problem. So I'm just going to, in order to do that, in order to, I guess, reiterate what we're doing, I'm going to go ahead and do it again this way. But that, Monabi, is an absolutely great idea. Absolutely great idea in terms of like ways to handle that. Let me do this. In fact, if I felt like I had time, I would totally do that on the stream right now. Jeez. And let's line these things up. Honestly, that right there is pretty darn close. And I think I'm just going to call that close enough. These things, if we don't want them to be like that, we could always Fashion Academy it up like that. That looks good. Anything else? That is a lot of SAS, but we've got a lot of fuel in here. I also like to do this. And this is one of the few instances where I am okay with just a little bit of clipping. Because I think that this looks awesome. I have actually built this craft before. And what am I going to do with these? I'm going to put them like that. Because they look awesome. And I'm going to get me a couple of these. Nuclear engines. And put them right like that. And it's the same trick. You see how we can't actually do that? And I want to do that. And then I want to grab this entire piece. Put it back on with 2x symmetry. And that allows me to put 2 nukes on. That's a stupid Kerbal trick if I've ever seen one. But that right there is what my interplanetary kicker stage looks like. I think the only things that are missing are a probe core to control by. So let's take care of that right quick. And then general things like dorsal lights and that sort of stuff. Use Gertie sections to extend the mini tanks and engines out from the core tank. It helps for clearance, especially when docking with ships with exhaust hitting parts. DOS. I use girder sections to extend the mini tanks out and engines from the core tank. It helps for clearance. Yes. Yes. With this one, I'm just going to go with it because I've done this craft before, but you're correct. If you're having trouble with things like yesterday where we couldn't get the engines to gimbal, if I had extended those out with girders, it would have worked a lot better. But because of the way we're docking these things, this will be good to go. This will be good to go. Fuel lines to the nukes. Do we actually need it? Let's find out. Here's a way you can do it. If you want to trick Kerbal Engineer is very smart, but I'm still smarter. I can actually thrust limit this engine all the way down and see if those nukes are getting fuel. So you see right there, you see that we are getting Delta V out of this craft, even though we haven't done this. This is one of the few parts that when radially attached will actually do fuel transfer just like a fuel line. So we don't actually need fuel lines there. That right there looks great. I've got that. I need some control, and I know I'm talking fast. I probably should have started the stream an hour earlier since I was going to be on KSP TV here in just a minute. Just 45 minutes. But I almost think I might need to start a little bit late, but we'll see. Let's put this guy on with 1x symmetry. Come on. There we go. We could actually do it like this, right? We could kind of like put it up in there like that. That's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and do this and this. Put our dorsal light on there. That looks good. We can always put another dorsal light down here. That looks good. What else do I need? There's something else that I absolutely positively need. Here's what we need. Here's what we need. We need some way to dock this guys with other things, right? We absolutely do. Ooh, for fashion. We should do it with the top as well. I'll buy it. I'll totally do that. For fashion. Good idea. And this we could actually do backwards, right? Can I do it in 4x symmetry? Because that's going to mess up our probe core, but it is very fashionable. Look how fashionable that is. Good idea. We'll take that guy off. Then we can put these on with 4x symmetry, maybe. This is never going to work. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, you see the problem there? The problem is that Yep. 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 Nope. There we go. There we go. That is very fashionable. Look how awesome that looks. Whose idea was that? What's up, Jolly Rager? The batteries are not in symmetry. They're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to be in symmetry tonight. RCS, that is right. I do need RCS. Ooh, in the fashion there may have just killed us in terms of RCS. Does anybody see the problem? Does anybody see the problem? That looks good. I was going to put my RCS along that. That is not a flat place to put RCS. That's a problem. What we could do is this, I guess. We could totally come over here. We could put some sort of flat surface here. In fact, I'll just put more SAS on this, right? Everybody loves some SAS spam. Come on. I'm going to have to do the same thing. Put it down to 1x symmetry. Put it on one side. Take it off. Put that engine back. Grab the entire thing. 2x symmetry. And get it to go like that. How close can I get it? Ooh, come on now. There we go. And then we could come over here and put our nukes back on. Although I may have to do the same trick. Put it down to 1x symmetry. Then come and reapply it, right? In 2x symmetry. Like that. That looks great. And you see what's going to happen with that. Will SAS work if it's not on the center line? SAS will definitely work if it's not on the center line. It will definitely work if it's not on the center line. It can still generate torque. It's just applied differently if it's not on the center line. RCS tanks. We are definitely not going to use RCS tanks. We are definitely going to use this. And I shouldn't put that up there. I'm not going to put RCS things. And I don't like to hide things inside things either. We'll put him back there maybe. Just to get him out of the way. In order to keep the space operations simple, I'm going to use veer governors in 4x symmetry. Like that. And 2x symmetry down here. Ooh, that should actually be up a little bit. Like that. And like this. We'll actually have to move that dorsal battery up just a bit. And put those like that. And really, I should grab these things and move them up. Like that. So now we've got RCS in symmetry. Let's compare it to our center of mass. We definitely want to do that right quick. Our center of mass is right there in the middle of the tank. I like that. And that RCS looks like it's pretty balanced. Maybe the bottom's a little bit closer. I think with the amount of SAS we have, we're going to be fine. I think we'll be just fine. Because we have ridiculous amounts of SAS. Another thing we need, we're definitely going to need some RTGs. This is a big craft. The thing is we can reuse this craft over and over and over again. That looks good, and I think maybe the last thing is fuel. These fuel tanks up here are really ballast for these engines down here. I won't go through adding it up, right? But what would I normally do? I'm going to go through adding it up. This engine right here weighs 6.5. The nukes weigh 2.25, I believe. Where's they at? Yep, 2.25. So that's 4.5 plus 6.5, which is 11, right? So I've got 11 tons down here, and I would need 11 tons up here at the top. Looking at those fuel tanks, I've got the bigger fuel tank, which is 4.5, and I've got those little fuel tanks, which are 1 each, so that's another 4. So that's not exactly balanced. It's not exactly balanced. The engines are actually a little bit heavier than the fuel up at the top, but we'll just roll with it. We'll just roll with it. I will actually go ahead and not connect these with fuel lines. And there's a reason for that I don't want to connect them with fuel lines. Anyways, you get the point, right? We've got this interplanetary kicker stage, right? I need to get it into orbit now. It can almost SSTO itself into orbit. We are definitely going to need some action groups. Did I miss anything else? Chat, tell me if I missed anything else. Tell me if I missed anything else. Let's set a couple different modes here. We will make mode 1 just that engine and no nukes. Shut down the nukes. There we go. We're going to make mode 2 hybrid, which actually uses the nukes and that, the main engine. And then mode 3 is going to be just the nukes. Imagine the delta V of this flying fuel tank. Whenever we're just operating off the nukes. Imagine how it's going to work. Move the RTGs and put some Verners facing forward. Thank you, Cantab. We do need Verners facing forward. Thank you for reminding me of that. Verners facing forward and move the RTGs. That is an excellent idea. Thank you for reminding me. We could actually put the RTGs like this, right? Or we could put it like this to kind of tuck it in. You know me and fashionably tucking it in. Forward-facing lights. That sounds good. Toss some things into chat if I need anything else. Toss some things into chat if I need anything else. Let's do veer governors facing forward. Chat totally had my back on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. 4x symmetry. I like it. And the only thing that I'm really missing is something facing backwards. Some sort of RCS to face backwards, but I hate not having backwards facing RCS. I really do hate not having backwards facing RCS. Let's do it. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way right here. We will move this dorsal battery up to here, like that. We will put that on right there with 2x symmetry, like that. We will put one of these guys on like that. Hey, come on. Oh, well, that's a problem. And then we will put on this side some sort of little tank. What can we use for structure? A miniature RCS. Yes, a miniature SAS, I meant. Seems legit. And then we will put a veer governor on the bottom of him. And a veer governor on the bottom of this and call it a day. Ew, come on now. Now I've got forward-facing veer governors. That's not as fashionable, but we're just going to roll with it for now in the interest of time. In the interest of time. Anything else? Did I miss anything else? Did I miss anything else? I think the last thing that I would really want to do here would be to make this make not any sense whatsoever and blow SAS through some struts. Oh, the symmetry is so pretty. The symmetry is so pretty. We'll be okay. We'll be okay if these struts go like this. That is okay. That was 1x symmetry though? Yeah, okay. Did somebody say DOS clipping? What's going on here? And now we are good to go. We should be good to go with this craft. The delta V is a little bit of a problem. The delta V is a little bit of a problem. Let's separate these things out into stages. That way in atmosphere we've got 2. That way we've got 34. I think with some drop tanks this thing would be good to go. Oh, make some lights. Thank you for reminding me. Y'all definitely did tell me to do that. Let me put some lights on there. Right here on the RTGs. There we go. 1x symmetry, like that. That looks good. And a spotlight on this one. See, look at that. We're going to be using so much light, we have to correct it. We have to attach it directly to an RTG. Last thing, I always have to have this guy. I'm using 2 already. Let's put him on 5. I always have to have that guy on an action group. And that should be good. Anything else? Anything else? I'm going to check the chat right quick. Do you already have hydrazine? I don't need any. I'm using the veer governors. Underglow. Not today. Not today. Yeah, the Verners actually use liquid fuel. Not only, let me tell you about this because this is really awesome. Check out the thrust power. 12. Using liquid fuel. Liquid fuel right there. Look at your other RCS options. Thrust power 1. Thrust power 1. In order to get the same thrust out of one of these veer governors, you have to use 12 of these. Or 12 of these. To get the same thrust. Now, of course, you got 2 commanded axes on that one. But 12 thrust power versus 1 thrust power. Not only does it make space operations a lot more simple, because I don't have to carry RCS around, RCS fuel, hydrazine around, to fuel this thing up, we also have a lot more control authority because we've got 12 instead of 1 per unit per part that we put on there. So, dorsal side marked, that thing marked, this thing's never coming home. Anything else? I'm going to read the chat really quickly. They're veer governors! They're veer governors! The veer governor! It says right there, the VR near, the veer governor. Act like I've never played this game before? Seriously? It's short for veer governors. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. Laugh. Haha, it's funny. Alright, hydrazine, yes. Some lights to dock in the dark. Got it. Clipping, it's not my style, but it's fashionable here. And the only things that are clipping are structural pretty elements, right? It needs science. It doesn't. Spaceman, let's see here. Got your install to work? Thank the gods. Probably stupid Chris. Nice. Kerbal grab points. What? Kerbal grab points. Really? Black Star King, welcome to the stream. It's an unmanned probe. It's an unmanned probe, so I don't think we need Kerbal grab pokes. Grab pokes? Why did I just say grab pokes? I don't even know. The fuel will flow when docked to the other ship. Ah, but we can stop it. Forward-facing lights in case of docking in the dark. Got it. Thank you, Dark Andrea. Earthworm Slim, what's going on? Dude, welcome to the channel. Earthworm Slim, awesome streamer. Click his name. Give him a follow. I probably missed him. He's probably already left to do his own stream because I'm just now going back. You made 2x symmetry dorsal lights on the bottom. Ah! You are correct. You've got my back. You absolutely positively have my back. Georgie Bjorn. Thank you for getting my back. I appreciate you getting my back. Remove the RTGs. Cantab had my back there. So fashionable. It really is fashionable, Slim. Isn't it fashionable? Das, use the 3-edge collar. You can hide. Nope, I didn't want to fall. I didn't want to hide anything. Go diagonal RCS. Never! Ridecar. Ridecar said something here. Ridecar said go for diagonal RCS setup. I will never, ever, ever in my long-legged life put RCS ports on a craft like that at 45-degree angles. That is going to waste so much fuel because you have two counter-opposing forces against each other instead of two straight forces. You can see it right here in RCS Build Aid. When I want to go in that direction, I don't want to go in this direction. I don't want to go in that direction. I want to go in that direction. And it's wasting RCS. It's wasting fuel, in this case, because of Verners. It's wasting them by not applying them directly upon the commanded axis. I always, always, always want my RCS to be at 90 degrees to the craft commanded axis. I want it to go straight that way because that means 100% of the RCS is going to be used in an efficient manner, as opposed to this. When you blow it out at a 45-degree angle, you've got one force pointing this way, one force pushing this way. They're partially counteracting each other and partially putting you forward. It's like, I don't know if it's somewhere between 50 and 70% less efficient to put them on at angles. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm actually going to throw that away in the chat. Let's see here. With the RTGs, so fashionable, we got that. Diagonal, never ride card, never. What am I doing? Building an interplanetary transfer. The batteries are not in symmetry. They're not supposed to be when we dock. I'll show you. KSPTV tonight, CC Speedy we'll be doing life support mods. RCS we got. Do the top trail check. We did it, Thader. It looks great. Thank you. Red glow. Not going to worry about lighting right now. Fuel lines to the nukes we didn't need because those structural segments actually transfer fuel. Try to build the smallest spacecraft that could go to the moon and back if you haven't already. Gaming Creeper, we've already done that. A single Dr. Pepper can will go to the moon and back. Use the girder segments. Yep, okay, we got that one. I think I'm caught up. Belarux, welcome, by the way. It is still in orbit in the save that I'm not touching until we capture that free Class E asteroid, Belarux. Drink raw egg yolk. I'm gonna die. Wasn't here. Okay, we got that one. Something to test. Okay, we'll do that tonight with TAC there. Das, what's at 10? TAC's life support. Ever mess around? Yes, TAC life support, 10 o'clock. Wow, everybody's starting to talk about that all of a sudden. And that is the end of the chat. Let us continue. Solar arrays. Finds one time where fashion follows form. It really looks cool, though, doesn't it? It really does. Anyways, I don't think I'm going to need some solar arrays. Drink Das, you, sir, are probably correct. Let us see if we can't put a single emergency solar panel on here, just in case. And maybe we can actually make this thing not as ugly, too. Come on. Make it not as ugly. Eek. Ah, I can't extend it. Do you think that'll break? I don't know if it'll break or not. We'll just go ahead and toss the emergency solar array right there and just call it a day. I guess I could put it, like, you know, mount it out like that. That actually doesn't look too bad. I'll allow it. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? TAC life support. Like you have them. You have 0 roll control barring probes. Well, we have plenty of roll control. We've got tons and tons of roll control. And having them at a 45-degree angle wouldn't give us any roll control. The round ones are spotlights. Ace McBean, I totally said hi. I answered one of your questions earlier, too. Let's see here. The round ones really spotlights. I am said. Really, when you spam things like that, Ace, it makes it harder for me to find the actual questions. So I really would appreciate it if you keep it down to actual questions. You have sideways rotation according to build aid. Just a little tiny bit, right? Just a little tiny bit. I'm not too worried about it. The amount of sideways rotation. There, is that better? Does that look better? Ooh, why is that doing that? Why is there something over here going backwards? That is interesting. There shouldn't be anything on the middle of that tank going in. Very weird. Change the symmetry while on the part and see if it fixes it. Why is there... Oh, buddy. Alright, we're going to have to fix that right quick. I see you, hiding Veer Governor. Get out of town. Alright, that looks good. How did that get there? Let's check it just to make sure. As opposed to nuking it from orbit, which is usually the only way to be sure. There we go. That craft there looks fabulous. Wow, I've got 30 minutes to get up there, get docked, and go on an interplanetary transfer. Calm down. I'm really trying. I really am trying. Let's see here. Save it. This, I usually call these, what was it? The Mutt. But we're going to call it the KSA IP Kicker. For now, KSA IP Kicker Mark 1. And I will come back. We'll come up with a better name or something like that for it. Put the right flag on it. Accept it. Anything else? We do need to get it into orbit. How to get it into orbit? SRBs. I think. Oh, but then we're going to have to refuel it. I don't really have time. Normally I would refuel these things in orbit, but I don't really have time to refuel it in orbit today. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Wait a second. No. I totally messed something up. Let me fix. DOS fix here. Hang on. Now I'm going to break that if I take it off. Come on. I got to fix this. I have to fix this. 1x symmetry. You go like that. You go like this. Somebody over here should have slapped me, because what I'm supposed to do, which makes a lot more sense, is this. Ooh, that's actually dirty. That is super dirty. That's straight dirt mode. Luckily, I put them on with 1x symmetry. What am I doing? You might recognize what this is going to be eventually. Outstanding. We're going to need a little bit of standoff, I think. Just a little bit. Maybe this right here would work. Who knows what that is? Tell me in chat if you know what that is. I had it. Come on, I know I can do it. There it was. There it is. If I just put a regular docking port, it wouldn't have enough standoff, would be the problem. Alright. Come on, just get it done. I think that is what we're going to go with right there. Alright. Now we don't need that guy. We can totally put this guy, like, right here or something. We wouldn't be able to expand the emergency backup power, so we'll put it like right here and we'll just blow RCS on it all day. Whatever. Alright, SRBs to orbit, and then we're going to call it a day. SRBs to orbit. You already have a docking port on the other ship. This is to refuel this ship. We're going to want to refuel this ship. Wait, really? Dude, Cybertech just got a 20 euro, 20 L sign, 20 pound, whatever that is, donation from Gavin. Heck yeah, Gav. Thank you for supporting Cybertech. Cybertech, and thank you for hanging out on the stream. Thank you for coming back and saying that. Cybertech, somebody give... Wait, oh no, Gav said shh. Eek, my bad. I don't think he said... I didn't say your real name. Alright, we're good. We're good. That is good. Why is it there? Because that's on the center of mass, and I always try to dock up against the center of mass. Anything else? Let's put this on the side. There we go. Anything else? Anything else? We need to get into orbit. This little piece of junk is so annoying. We'll put it right like that. That looks terrible. Whatever. You can also refuel from the other. I know I could, Bremer. I know I could, but I want to be able to refuel this craft while it is connected to an IP stage, just in case things happen in that order. Let's do this. Let's add some SRBs to this guy. British pound sterling. Thank you. I have no clue. Let's add some SRBs to this guy. Oh, I almost want to deliver him to orbit full. Dang it. That's okay. There we go. That looks okay. Let's strut them up right quick. I know I'm going super fast here. I guess I am the person streaming on KSP TV, so if I start late on KSP TV, I'd hate to get into a habit of doing that. So I am aiming not to do that, right? What is that? Just past the loading? Yeah. Right like that. That looks good. That's nice and strutted. I think the last thing is that we totally need some sweet, sweet fashion up at the top of this. Oh, so fashionable. Alright. I wonder if they will destroy the craft. If they do, we'll come back and we'll put... No, let's just do it right now in the interest of time. I decided against it. So let's put some steps like that. And let's put some steps like this. Angle them out a little bit so that they don't put as much thrust directly against the craft. Now let's make sure the staging is all correct. Alright, there are the SRBs. There should be 4 plus 3. Then when we stage those SRBs, we'll fly the rest of it. Doesn't look right at all. Oh, those are the wrong ones, apparently. Dang it. Where were the right ones? There's the big ones. And then we'll put that up there. Then we'll ditch those. We'll also launch the main engine. 4186. Gosh, that's going to go into orbit. That's going to go into orbit. Parachutes? Okay. I'll buy that hit, Prater. Thank you for saying it out of the stream. I appreciate it. So I will put parachutes on there just for you, good buddy. How's that? Parachutes. And now we'll ditch them and we should be good to go. Watch, now they're going to like destroy the craft. Anything else? Anything else? Scarfino! What's going on, Scarfino? Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We're designing an interplanetary kicker stage. I'm a little bit not happy because I'm going to have to refuel this thing. I wonder, do I have a fueler in here? Talk to me about having a fueler in here. You transport drone, AFD Epic 6. Ooh, unvalidated locked parts. We can't do that. There's a cargo drone. I don't have a fueler in here, do I? Drop tank delivery. I could rendezvous with a station, I guess. Dang it. That's going to take a little bit more time. Let's just shut up, stop complaining about it, and get it done. Save. Launch. Oh my gosh. They'll just spawn. It won't matter if you have shoots. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I appreciate people participating in my chat. I appreciate people participating in my chat, and when people give me a good idea, I love to incorporate it in the rocket. I really do. You can't take it to a station. What do you mean I can't take it to a station to top off the minus that? Wait, what? I don't even know. Throttle up, pan lock, SAS engage, 3, 2, 1. Shenanigans. I'm going to throttle down. I only want 1.7 on the pad right there. So I throttled way down. That right there is a pillar of flame, y'all. That is an absolute pillar of flame. She had sunglasses around here somewhere. But, thank you, Joji. Is it Joji? Yeah, it's Joji. Thank you, Joji. I appreciate you reminding me to drink because I do need to do that. That's delicious. That is absolutely delicious. Gus, can't you take it to a station and top it off minus that? Yeah, there you go. I must have said it right whenever you said that, Kentab. Drink, Das. Das much drink. Shroom Hunter, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Guys, I know I've been lax on follows tonight. I got like a storm of follows. 5-star hike, naughty underscore, Lipidro, Shadow Dragon, CHW. What? I4NG3L. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to try to figure it out. Smeghead, Day 9 Superfan. Tokigar, seriously Tokigar. NNY Gamer, Nasiab, and that is where my backlog ends. Guys, I appreciate the follows. I'm Das Valdez. My thing is Kerbal Space Academy. Whoa! Beautiful. My thing is Kerbal Space Academy. I forgot to throttle up. And if you are interested in learning Kerbal Space Program, how to play the game, if you've never played it before, if you have no clue, if you think that you can't do some of this stuff, come and hang out with me on Saturday. Come and hang out with me on Saturday. I'm doing Kerbal Boot Camp on Saturday. I'm going to start as if you've never played the game, Trenton Eggerth. I'm going to start the stream as if you've never played the game, and I am going to talk you through everything you need to know in order to play Kerbal Space Program. Wow, that overheating is just because we're in Atmo. I'm not worried about it. Everything you need to know in order to play Kerbal Space Program. I will get you out to the moon, landed on the moon, from never having gotten to orbit before, this Saturday at what I like to call Kerbal Boot Camp. Kerbal Boot Camp. So, if you are interested in learning the game, let me know. Come here. Follow me here. Follow me on Twitter. I will tweet it out, but we will be doing Kerbal Boot Camp coming up this weekend. Teaching people how to play the game, because I hear that so often. People are always saying, oh, there's no way I can do all this awesome stuff, right? You can absolutely do awesome stuff. You can absolutely do it. Come on out to Kerbal Boot Camp, and we will show you how to do the awesomes. There we go. Got that fixed. All right. Nope, nope, nope. Hey, what station is that? The Narwhal? The Narwhal's not going to have nearly enough fuel for us. We need the bacon. Let's click right here. Let's add maneuver. Dude, Paul W98, Trent, did I get it right? Trent N. Eggreth, Troy JMW. Guys, thank you all for the follow. I hope I see y'all at Kerbal Boot Camp this weekend. Not Kerbal Space Boot Camp, just straight up Kerbal Boot Camp this weekend on Saturday. That will be good times. That will absolutely be good times. Let's keep on going. I got to get this thing into orbit. I got to get it docked. Where's my periapse? There it was. Get back here. Get over here. Get over here. All right. And then I can click and just bring it on back. There we go. Periapse is 63. I'm going to go 80 by 80. I saw in chat, I didn't have a chance to specifically respond to it, but I saw in chat earlier, somebody said that they didn't understand why we worried about getting circular orbits. I will show you why we worry about getting circular orbits. Circular orbits make orbital planning much easier. They really, really, really do make orbital planning much easier. In fact, when I do this home and transfer up to the station, better go mode 3, which is everything, right? 2, 1 is everything. No, 2 is everything. There we go. When we get up here to the station, I will show you why the circular orbit makes that home and transfer much more simple. Much more simple. Much simpler, much something. Let's go ahead and just get this thing done here. It's going to be a 22-second burn. I'm in full mode, all my engines, so this burn is efficient. This burn is fast, not efficient. Very high thrust weight. 50 meters per second of acceleration. 11 seconds is when I need to burn. 12, 11, and burn it. That right there is an awesome-looking rocket. Look how quickly, 50 meters per second of acceleration. That is thrust to weight, folks. This is the definition of thrust to weight. It's basically a flying fuel tank with a huge engine on it. That is all that this craft is. Anyways, when I get up here, I can actually go mode 2 to save some fuel, finish the burn with just the nukes. That was mode 3, sorry. And when I do that, I will be able to get into this nice circularized orbit. I need a campaign cover to wear. You're right, I do. It won't work with a headset though, right? 78 by 80, that is pretty dang close to circular. That is pretty darn close to circular. In fact, coming up next is the apoapse. If I burn straight down, look at that sweet, sweet SAS control. This is a big, beefy craft, and it has some sweet, sweet SAS control, honestly. Let's see if we can just average these two things out. There's 80, 79, 79, 8 by 70. That's pretty darn close. Within a kilometer of being round. That's fine. All right. Let's do a rendezvous right quick. I've got 18 minutes. Jeez, oh, Pete. I've got 18 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I'm not... That's the narwhal. We could actually rendezvous really easily with the narwhal. That's the White October. Give me an easy rendezvous. That's the single-stage space station to orbit. That's the drop tank delivery. The space dock has fuel. The Bacon Station, which is on the absolute other side of the planet in a 91 orbit. That's going to take us forever. I think the Gas Valdez is our best bet. KL, JL, etc., LL. Take it easy and thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Let me click that. Earthworm Slim! Guys! Scroll! Earthworm Slim, you are awesome, buddy. Go build some Lego robots that shoot other people. That RoboCraft game is really interesting, and I will see you after my streams this evening. Earthworm Slim, I appreciate you, and I follow you. You know that. Let us go for the Gas Valdez station right quick. Click on this. Click on Set as Target. We're going to come down here. The Gas Valdez is already in a pretty good orbit. I'm going to click anywhere on my orbit and click Add Maneuver. I'm then going to double-click on Kerbal to focus on it, just so you guys can see it. And I am going to open up my node by left-clicking on it and pull prograde until I get an apoapse that matches the Gas Valdez. Right there, the apoapse is 146. The Gas Valdez is up at 150, it looks like. Yep. So let's just go until we get up to 150, 48, 49, 50. And now I need to find a rendezvous. How do I do that? Right-click on the node to get the wait mode. Click like that. Click like that. Do you see how close we're coming around? That right there is honestly pretty close. So whenever I get the two things pretty close like that, I'm going to right-click again, get over here, and promptly have it lose my transfer burn. Oh, there we go. That's getting further away. We need to go the other way. That's getting closer together. Do you see how those nodes are getting closer together? Do you see how I just messed it up? We're actually going to need to add one more orbit because I passed the craft. That's actually even closer. Do you see how close those two things are? Now I can right-click on this again. I can click here and drag it. And look how close they're getting. This is why we want circular orbits. If your orbits aren't pretty much circular, this does not work nearly as well. But right there, look at that encounter over there. How far apart is that encounter? That encounter right there, 5.0 kilometers. I'm just going to burn it and go with it. I can get that done. So, let us get that burn done. It's coming up in 2 hours, 18 minutes, 29 seconds. It's going to be a 19-second burn just using the nukes. So we will go ahead and fast forward here. Actually, this is going to be a 10-second burn about, because that's half a 19. Sorry, Half of 19 is 10. It's not going to be a 10-second burn. I'll add an alarm clock. Let's just do it about 30 seconds out. 0 there. 30 seconds there. Add alarm. Time warp as fast as we can. How quick is that going to go? 14, 14. Yep, that's okay. Let me see here. Let me see what's going on. Checking the channel, y'all. Reload this. Did I miss anything in chat? 264 viewers is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Did I miss any questions? Did I miss any questions? We've got... There was Slim. Okay, we got that. Is amazing Cinematech. Okay, I'm gonna have to download the new engineer mod. Probably the same angle. You're right. Mona Bobby, you want it to be mostly circular and at the same inclination. You don't want two orbits like that. You want them to be on the same inclination and both mostly circular. That is the best way to do it. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. So you learn how to play the game. That's exactly right. It makes a lot of sense. Thanks. Yeah, that's exactly. Dude, when you're docking, you control the craft. You want to know which way you want to go. Yeah. We'll show it. I'm about to show it when I do this docking with the space station here. I'm going to try Cesney. I always think Sensei. Sensei. What's going on? I haven't updated Kerr. I know I didn't have time before the stream. I saw it when I loaded the game right before the stream. Need a campaign cover. Tolton, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Appreciate the enrollment. Got an hour. You passed the AP. I did. It's okay. 14 minutes. Jeez. When do you plan on starting the stream? Saturday. Noctis looks Kerbal Boot Camp this Saturday about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mason's Golden. Boot Camp hype. I love it. I love it. Watch DOS because he turns us all into Scott Panley just a little bit every night. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're all trying to learn Kerbal Space Program so that we can all do awesome things. I only watch DOS for laughs, chat, and tutorials so that I'm better at screwing around. That's a lot of reasons to only watch DOS. Destroyer James. I love it. Whenever you drink from a can, it seems like you're a giant. I do use the smaller cans, you're right. I'm not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I need to drink a lot. You can't take it to the station to top off. Yep, there we go. Okay, I've read that far back. Guys, I'm tearing chat up. Come on, you guys can't even keep up with me now. Sajaki, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. We are going to fuel up this craft. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to do the rendezvous and the interplanetary transfer in 13 minutes. I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think that that's going to happen. Care face. That's not right. Cafe Race. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy, and thanks for the follow. Tolton30, if I missed you, I don't remember the name, but thank you again for hanging out, Tolton30. Appreciate you. What else do we have over here? Alright, that's just a bunch of that. Just in shy of an hour. Yeah. Now it's time for us to do this node. Let's ditch that alarm clock. Let's turn off alarm clock. Let's turn. We're going to have to do this fast. We're going to have to do this fast, right? It's going to be 10 seconds. When I get to T-minus 10, that is when I need to burn. I just have my nukes engaged. In fact, let's just put them all together for ease of staging. Just like that. And I am going to burn 12, 11, 10. Just the nukes. We still have 1257 meters per second of thrust with just the nukes engaged. In fact, if we came over here and thrust limited this guy, apparently that's okay. That's new. Huh. Excellent. I'll just roll with it. It used to be that you had to thrust limit that, but apparently since that engine is not activated, Kerbal Engineer is not using it, even though it's in the same stage. That right there looks good. Let's go see what our encounter looks like. 5 kilometers. It's not the cleanest encounter DOS has ever done on his stream, but it'll do, pig. It'll do. We need to set a node right here. Add maneuver in 14 minutes. Why did I do that? It's really just so that I have a timer, and I'm going to fast forward again. There's 13, 11. I know, JJ Witten, I know. I'm about to go live on KSP TV, and I haven't even done the interplanetary transfer yet. I haven't even done the interplanetary transfer. I almost feel like I need to push KSP TV back in 30 minutes or something in order to get this done, because there's so many people watching this. There's a ridiculous number of people watching this. Let's see where we are here. Let's see where we are. Alright, now we're getting in close. Let's acquire the target. There it is, 14.9, closing at 94 meters per second. That is not too shabby. I am actually going to do a trick. I'm going to wait till that guy gets within 10. There's 13, there's 12, there's 11, there's 10. And since I am going to refuel anyways, watch what I do. I'm hosted. Okay, Brimmer, nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm hosted on KSP TV. I did not see that pop through the chat. I do appreciate you catching my back there. I want to go towards that faster. So I'm actually going to increase my delta V towards the station, dragging myself onto it. You see how I'm dragging? Let's look at this. You see how I'm dragging the green thing onto the purple thing? I'm going to get going up to about 100 meters per second until I am bending that orbit. That's pretty good. So I just bent that orbit towards the station a lot. The next thing that I need to do, that was nav HUD, if you were wondering. Nav HUD. Now, whenever I close to an even closer distance, remember my encounter, it was 5 kilometers. What's it now? 2.3 kilometers? What am I going to do? Since I started. Nice. Thanks, Skunk Slayer. I appreciate that. I did not... I had a bit of an interesting start there. When I get down to 5 kilometers, I'm going to continue reversing what I just did and re-bend my orbit over to the pink thing. Remember the orbit bending? Remember I make a straight line between myself, the pink thing, and the green X, with the green X in the middle, and I try to push that green X over onto there. It's also slowing me down, but that's okay because we're close now. If I had done this at first, I would have lost too much relative velocity, and then I would have never gotten the rendezvous done. That looks great right there. The green X is right on the pink Y. What's my encounter look like? 0.1 kilometers. That's what we want. Next, I need to just go ahead and point straight retrograde like this, because we are going to need to slow down once we get up to the Gas Valdez. I'm actually just going to time warp it. There's physics loading. Here's the Gas Valdez. And I'm going to bend it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more while I get rid of some of this velocity. Acceleration 3 meters per second.